What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I am your host, Robert, and today I have played a lot of Pokemon Legends. It's the start of Black History Month, and we about to have a winter storm here in Texas. So let's get to it. Alright, so, man, it has been a busy week on all fronts. Family life, work, content creation, all across the board. Busy times, but great times. And I'm very happy to be here with y'all as we kick off another month. We're now the month of February of 2022. It's the start of Black History Month. And yeah, just a very exciting time all around. But before I get into all that stuff, as always, if this is your first time here, then welcome. But if you're a returning listener or watcher, then welcome back. You know how we get down. All about that talk of fatherhood, manga, anime, video games, and all thing life brings us. So, yeah, like I said, it has been a busy week, and I am trying to do better about self-care and, realizing, hey, it's okay to either not do something or to delay it by a day or so, whatever, because as those of y'all that listen to me regularly, whatever, know that usually I try to have the episodes out at least by Tuesday, but that didn't happen this week. Man, Monday was freaking insane on so many fronts, I'll give a quick shout out. I usually don't like to talk about content before it's out, but I'll make an exception with this one. So and this episode isn't out. I don't know when it's going to drop because I don't know what their schedule is, but I did a podcast episode with the guys over at Shonen Flop podcast, where they cover a lot of Shonen Jump series that got canceled. And so they brought me on to talk about a manga series called Black Torch. Really solid series, but I gravely underestimated how much reading there was to do, and ended up backing myself into a very, very bad corner because the series only lasted for 19 chapters, but what I did not know until like a couple of days, like over the weekend or whatever, is that it was a monthly release, which means that the chapters on average were 40 to 50 pages. So on paper, it's 19 chapters. I'm thinking like, hey, I can push this to the last minute and I can just bang this out, in a day or so, whatever, in a few hours. Nope. Because I was in a chat with them or whatever, and somebody was like, man, these 40-page chapters are killing me. And I was like, so I was skimming through and I was clicking on random chapters, and all of them were like 40, 45, 51. And I was like, oh my God. And so I ended up in a very awkward corner because, and I'll say this is partly due to Pokemon. Because, and hey, I'm going to talk in depth about Pokemon in a bit. But I didn't expect for Pokemon to get its hooks in me the way it did. And so here I am rushing last minute, and me thinking like, oh, hey, hopefully it'll be chill at work or whatever. I can maybe try to knock out some reading throughout the day. It was not chill at work. It's all types of craziness going on at work currently or whatever. And so I literally got to do like little to no reading. And so here we are throughout the day. I think so we recorded Monday night, like 7:30 my time or 7 o'clock my time, and I don't even think I was even at double digit chapters by the time I got off of work. So yeah, so I ended up in a situation to where, so on my way home, my wife calls me and she's like, "Hey, I think Nay, my oldest daughter, she's like, I think Nay left her track shoes in your car." So I'm driving her spikes, her spikes, and so I'm driving, reaching, trying to like feel behind me or whatever, like on the floor or whatever. And I'm, oh, yep, I got him. So I went and met her at the track to get my daughter her shoes. And then my oldest son was with her because he wanted to get dropped off at the rec center because he didn't have basketball practice, but he wanted to still go shoot around, get some practice in. Hey, let's go do it or whatever. So got my daughter situated at the track, took him over to the rec center, and so I ended up just sitting out in the parking lot for a good hour and some change, just trying to like speed read because I'm like, I know if I go home between Vash shenanigans and my other kids that was at the house, my chances of getting caught up was already slim as is, but I was like, if I go home right now, it's going to be even slimmer. So I was like, you know what? I'll just hang out here, whatever, because the practice was going to be an hour and a half. And so I literally was like minutes before recording, finished reading that last chapter. But it was a lot of just kind of just like skipping through, just reading key points for it, which I felt bad about because I was actually enjoying the series. And so, but luckily, you know, we still had a good show recording, whatever. But yeah, so that was very hectic. And so, of course, by the time that finished or whatever, it was late. And I was like sitting here at the microphone and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it because I'm like, I don't want to get on here and be like sluggish or especially talking about Pokemon and some other stuff I'm gonna talk about today. But in all honesty, whatever, this all kind of worked out for the best, the way things kind of played out. Because the stars kind of aligned in a couple of different ways. Because I just want to say, you know, with this being the start of Black History Month, a lot of people in the community, content creation community and stuff, whatever, have been pouring love into each other. And so I've got like mad love over the last few days. It started like across like the weekend till you know, today or whatever, is still ongoing. But it's like I got shouted out in so many posts and stuff, whatever. And then like I think I shot up like another 100+ followers in a matter of a few days, which for me is a freaking lot. You know, for somebody that has still, you know, hasn't even been doing this for a year. It just the steady like the wave of notifications and shout outs and stuff, whatever, has been so freaking awesome to see. And shout out to anybody that might be new, that might have found me through some of this Black History Month content creation, promoting and stuff, whatever. Shout out to all of y'all for hopping in. And Vash is opening my door. What do you want, son? What's up? What are you doing?
Yes.
What do you want, Vash? You just here to interrupt and to come mess with Dada?
Okay.
No, I'm not inviting you to come mess with me. Okay, so I guess Vash is joining the show. You say hi?
Hi. What is red or pink?
Yeah, my microphone is turning colors. So, anywho, as I have my co-host here, Vash, with me.
Mommy.
So it's just been awesome, just the outpouring of support and stuff I have gotten over the last few days and stuff. And so I kind of want to give a big shout out. No, Vash, leave that mouse alone, please. And so, first of all, I want to give a shout out to. Oops, you supposed to get down?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You supposed to go play? Can you close my door?
Okay.
Thank you.
Ow.
Uh-oh. All right. Vash has departed us right for now. I'm pretty sure he'll be back again. Hold on. Okay. Vash shenanigans continue. But I just a couple of quick housekeeping things I want to give a shout out to. One of which it hasn't come out yet, but I still just want to give them a shout out just so that we'll be on the lookout for this. So I had the awesome pleasure of getting invited to be part of a awesome collaboration for the month. So a new homie, Young Deuces, who let me adjust this. So Young Deuces, who is a host of the Geek Set podcast, he reached out because he was doing this big content creation collaboration for Black History Month. And so he reached out to me, and we chatted and stuff. And so that's going to be rolling out in segments. Me and I think like 30 plus other just dope creators and stuff. So that'll be rolling out over across the month. So just be on the lookout for that stuff. And of course, I'll share that on my socials and stuff as it comes up. And just shout out to him again, because he is doing some amazing work. Cause over the weekend he just had, see if I can find it. Hold on real quick. But he does like a bunch of really dope interviews and stuff. One of which over the weekend he had what's his name? Kel from Kenan and Kel. He did an interview with him over the weekend. And he's done many big interviews with so many cool people over the years. And so go check out his work, and let him know Rob from Dad Needs to Talk sent you over. but real talk, shout out to him and the awesome work that he is doing. And also, and this, I didn't know when this was going to be coming up, but this is something I did the interview for this a while back, but like I said, I just didn't know the schedule of when the content would be coming out. So Alexis, who is a writer over for Saturday AM magazine, reached out to me, and sorry, I need to adjust some of this so y'all can see this dope art a little bit better. But in issue 143, I was highlighted in here as a content creator. And so this is a dope magazine because they do a lot of comics and stuff by Black creators. But sorry, my window size is not correct. Let me fix that. All right, I fixed it. So I got featured in their magazine, The World of Podcasting, featuring Dad Needs to Talk. And yeah, so it was just lots of just very cool questions and discussion just about what I do as far as being a content creator, being a dad, how I managed to mesh those worlds together. But yeah, so shout out to them. I'll put a link to that in the description below, so y'all can go show them some love and go read that article, and check me out. But yeah, so did those couple of things, and yeah, like I said up top, like here in Texas, we're kind of, and many other places, but I'm speaking just for myself, we're kind of preparing for what's supposed to be another snowstorm or something, or a winter storm coming over the next couple of days. So certain school districts and stuff in the DFW area, they've already said that, hey, Thursday and Friday, we just straight up going to be closed, just not going to risk it or whatever. So I don't know, my kid's school is still kind of, up in the air at the moment. And I don't know how work is going to go because of my job, I need to be physically present or whatever. But my job is like on average 30 to 40 minute drive away up in Dallas from where I live. And so there's a chance, hey, if they want to just shut down the offices, because hey, more than likely, if this storm rolled through or whatever, me getting computers ready ain't gonna matter, because nobody's gonna be coming to pick up nothing, nobody's gonna be deploying nothing. So hey, if they want to just tell us tomorrow, like, hey, y'all just stay home Thursday, Friday, hey, I will take it, because that means more time for me to play Pokemon. And of course, bond with the children. but real talk, like, hey, I'll take it. But I am hoping that ideally whatever happens with the weather doesn't get too crazy, and that, hey, by the weekend it is clear, because my daughter, and I think I mentioned this before, but my daughter got invited to a big track event in Houston this weekend. I think she's supposed to be running, I think Sunday, I think, or whatever. But if things don't work out right or whatever, then my wife ain't gonna be able to travel. It's gonna be a whole mess. But I just hope that, because she's been preparing for this for months. So I would love for her to be able to go and actually get to participate in that event. But we'll see. But like I said, hey, they want to give me the, just, hey, some free stay home card. Especially if I can still get some coins, I will definitely take it. But yeah, so I think that's it. Like I said, just trying to do better. I know I want to give a shout out to a lot of people that I follow online on Twitter, on the timeline, like Panda and Moody and several other people in the circles that I'm in. They're doing a month of self-care kind of challenge thing. And so kind of with having that stuff on the forefront of my mind, it's like I am definitely trying to do better about that. Because I don't know, I'm debating maybe even taking next week off from doing the podcast. But y'all know me taking off just means I'm not recording something the day before it goes out. It just means that I'll probably just record a bunch of stuff maybe over the next couple of days, assuming I have power, and then just set it to upload. So we'll see. We'll kind of cross that bridge as the week goes on, and I see how I'm feeling, how things are going. But yeah. So I want to kind of just jump onto a couple of quick news things I want to touch on. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find the thing I wanted to talk about. Let's see. You know what? I'll just start with this, since it's the first thing I kind of scrolled across. Let me get the screen set up. Actually, I do have a couple other quick little housekeeping things I just want to point out. First of all, shout out to the people that's coming through and supporting me on the YouTube channel. I just crossed 85 subscribers, so celebrate the small victories. So I did just put out a couple of things over the since I did last week's episode, main podcast episode, and of course y'all probably seen those through your feeds, but just in case you missed it, I did my manga haul video for the month of January, so y'all can just see just like a little rundown of everything that I have picked up over the month of January. And sorry, I keep looking around because I hear a cat meowing, and I'm making sure one of the kittens is not trapped in here in the closet somewhere. Who's in here? So I can hear you. Hold on. Somebody's trapped. Okay, let me go to the big camera real quick. I found my invader, Mr. Socks. This is the kitten that my niece is getting him. Just holding on to him until she gets her home ready to take him. But yeah, he is the very adorable. What are you eating? Up in here messing with stuff. But he's very talkative. That's why I was out hearing the meowing. I figured it probably had to be him and not his sister. But yeah, so little cutie, very beautiful coat of fur. But anywho, slight derail. Let me put you down, buddy. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So I did the manga haul video, and I actually put that one up on the podcast feed. I did it primarily because, you know, those of y'all that listen to me on Spotify know that I have access to Spotify video, and I've had that for several months at this point. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just try putting this out there. So I don't know, you know, those of y'all that might listen on other platforms that don't have a video element or whatever. Apologies. I still try to be as descriptive as I was talking about the stuff, whatever. So hopefully it was still somewhat enjoyable even without the visual element. So, but like I said, just wanted to experiment and see how that went. And I also put out a review for Volume 1 of Hat Atelier, which, you know, I freaking loved it. But go check out, you know, of course, either the video on the YouTube channel or the episode on the podcast, on the podcast streaming service. Check that out. And yeah, because it's a really good series. Which, actually, hold on real quick. Yes, so this was one that y'all have seen my adventures over the last few months as far as like me collecting the first 5 volumes, and I'm very happy to report that the very short abridged version of my review is that I loved it. I'm already partway through volume 3, and yeah, so I loved it, and I'm glad, and I'm eager to continue to read it. So, but yeah, go check out my review of that. All right, and moving on to more news. So, once again, now of course this announcement wasn't as humongous as the freaking what's it called, Microsoft and Activision thing, but still caught me off guard because this was once again one of those days where I'm not super tapped in and keeping up with everything, whatever. So I've been busy working all day, whatever, and I go out to my car to go to lunch. And of course I'm checking through my Twitter notifications or whatever, and at the top of my little Twitter bar I see a Twitter space that said like PlayStation buys Bungie. And I was like, what? So, of course, I immediately had to go dig into it. But yeah, PlayStation has bought Bungie. And for those of y'all who might not know, Bungie is the developers of the Halo series that was on this Xbox, the Xbox Halo series, as well as Destiny. Destiny 1 and 2 and all the expansions and stuff. So Bungie now joins the first party a staple of PlayStation Studios. So I think that's very dope. Of course, like all this stuff sucks, for people that might not have the console, but for me, I have all the systems. I have, I got my Nintendo Switch. We have, as I've talked about before, we have a million freaking Xboxes. But I got my wife the Series S last year, and of course I have my PlayStation 5, so I'm covered pretty much on all sides of that. And I'm kind of eyeballing. Of course, it had to be this. This would be like a super splurge thing when I just have just a bunch of disposable income. But I also want to pick up that what's it called, the Steam Deck, because that's coming out soon as well. So, but I'm not going to be getting it at launch because I'm not super keen on it, or it's not a priority, but it's something I'm interested in. But yeah, Bungie is now part of PlayStation Studios, so I feel like it kind of makes sense because in the sense of Sony hasn't really had, I don't know what Vash is screaming about, but Sony hasn't had a strong first person shooter series in quite a while. And so for however you might feel about Destiny or whatever, as far as like how they structure the story, all stuff, whatever, one thing you cannot deny is that those are some freaking fun games to play. They feel good, they perform good, all that stuff. So I'm excited at the possibility that they might end up creating a new IP, for PlayStation. So that is the exciting tidbit of news for that for me. Let me see real quick. So other bit of news. Let's see if I can find the banner for it real quick. So, Seven Seas, the manga publisher Seven Seas Entertainment, they announced, where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find. Let me just pause real quick. All right, found it. So Seven Seas announced a new imprint called Steamship. And this one aims to deliver, is aimed at delivering more sexy romance for women, manga in the genres of shoujo, josei, teen love, and beyond. So in general, I'm excited to just, of course, get more manga series in general published over here. Now, when they made an announcement of the steamship thing, there, of course, they also announced some series that fall underneath that imprint that they are bringing, or that they are licensing. And the first one caught my attention because, like I talked about in my review of Daily Report of My Witch Senpai, I was like, okay, that one kind of made me realize, like, okay, I kind of want a little bit more spice in my manga that kind of deal with romance stuff, whatever. And the first one that was listed is called A Game Between the Suits. Now this one is going to be coming out, volume 1 of this will be coming out in August of this year, August 2022. And the synopsis of it is, Fuji Sayo has worked hard to climb the ranks at her firm, and she won't let anything stand in her way, even if it costs her lover after lover. Enter her new colleague, Kiriyama Ryochi. He's obedient enough in the boardroom, but in private, he's challenging and flirtatious. He wants her, and he isn't afraid to show it. After falling into bed with him once and insisting it won't happen again, Ryochi has an assertion of his own. She'll give in. The two agree to an affair that will only last until Sayo finds someone more suitable to her station and temperament, but Ryochi is confident he'll win against any other man. Thus begins a sizzling game of push and pull that will set their office alight. Now, I have some friends. Shout out to Lisa from Wonder of Anime, who she said that she's already reading it and she loves it. So I'm like, okay, all right, that's already good to know. So, but yeah, so that's just very dope. Just more manga coming, and let me see. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry, real quick. All right, last little bit of news, and then we'll get rolling into some stuff. So y'all know how much I loved Blue Period, the anime Blue Period, and I reviewed it and everything, whatever. So not only did I miss the announcement that there was going to be an English dub, but I did not freaking know that the GOAT, my favorite voice actor of all time, Johnny Young Bosch, is voicing the main character in Blue Period, Yaguchi. So I watched a clip and I watched the trailer, and I even went and watched like a little bit of the beginning of episode 1 or whatever, and I'm like, I gotta watch this again just to hear his performance in Blue Period, because like I said, I already love the series. Favorite voice actor. I have to show support. But like I said, I just wanted to give that a shout out. Make sure, if y'all haven't already, go check out Blue Period. And hold on, there was actually somebody I wanted to shout out. Oh yeah. So, Core Reviews found her page on Twitter thanks to Undercover Otaku. She reshared this post or whatever, but go check out her blog, because she does anime and manga reviews, and the article that really made me immediately a fan. She did a top 10 promising anime to look out for. First one listed, Blue Period. And then, of course, she had like My Dress Up Darling, some other series and stuff in the mix. And then she also had Sabikui Bisco. I was like, all right, the trifecta, you got me. Instant follow, sub, all that stuff, whatever. So, but go check out her site, corereviewsblog.com. So, now, let's get on and dive into where to start. You know what? Screw it. We are diving. We are just going to just dive into. But do I want to? I kind of want to just. You know what? Let me just get anime out the way, because the anime section this week is going to be like ridiculously short. Just because I watched all the normal stuff. Love of Kill, good episode. Forgot everything else that came out. Attack on Titan, super crazy good episode. Demon Slayer, good. Everything I watched this week was good. Me and the kids actually got to finally watch Encanto, which that was a really good movie. I'm glad we finally got a chance to watch, because we've been on the family schedule for like a month, or at least a few weeks ready to watch, and so finally sat down and watched it Saturday night. I wish I would have had the time and the energy to maybe do like another family review like I did with the Mitchells versus the Machines with them last summer, but maybe next time, another movie or whatever. But that was solid. I checked out the first episode of that. I think it's called Salaryman's Club. It's the badminton anime. That first episode was really solid, so I'm looking forward to sticking on with that. And my Dress Up Darling, another really good episode. It kind of, that episode really, I think that was what, episode 4 of My Dress Up Darling. So that episode really kind of, which speaking of which, real quick, the dub for that also just started as well. So if you're waiting for the dub on that, get on that, check out My Dress Up Darling. But yeah, but episode 4, man, the realization at the end, or when it kind of came out to where she didn't actually need the cosplay for this event, like what Gojo was thinking. I'm like, man, like poor dude was stressing, dealing with trying to get this thing done in this supposed time frame, as well as running the family business because his grandfather got injured and stuff. It was a lot, but then like that moment where he was like, hey, I finally got it done. I'm tired. I'm supposed to go to rest. And she's like, wait, did you think I was going to be cosplaying at that event today? And so that was kind of a funny / frustrating / cute moment, just because I know he felt a bit of relief afterwards with her, but I know like at the immediate moment, it was like, man, he been busting his butt for like a week straight trying to meet this deadline, which, you know, it's a bit of fault on both sides of him assuming that that's what she was trying to do, but also her not properly communicating, like, no, I'm not trying to do this and get it out for that time frame. So but yeah, but that was really good. I guess just really briefly to touch on Attack on Titan. Of course, once again, I'm a manga reader, so I already know about all this stuff, but I still have just like really appreciated how these last couple of episodes have been handled, especially this episode where what was it, Memories of the Future, and just watching Eren and Zeke's journey through Grisha's memories for years, and just the way that all visually played out, and just seeing all those moments come to life with the music and the animation and stuff, whatever. It was just a really dope episode, and just seeing like Grisha's breakdown and all the memes that have come out of Eren staring a young adult Eren staring down Grisha during these key moments throughout history and stuff. But it's just really cool. I've just enjoyed observing the weekly chaos of the timeline and stuff. But yeah. So, all right, last anime I definitely want to touch on really quickly is Ranking of Kings, and I believe this was episode 15. Now, man, this episode, once again, another great episode. Shout out to all the cool people who, feels like every day I get online and somebody else new that I follow, or just somebody that I know follows, whatever, have finally started Ranking of Kings and they're loving it. But this episode, we finally see the Order of the Underworld invade the castle, or the kingdom. And so we have what's his name, Domas, facing off against all these underworld soldiers, and hey, he is knocking them out left and right. But then King Desha shows up, and he just he don't care. He's strong, but you can also tell he is also cunning as well, because the way he was, like, some of the moves he was hitting on man, I already forgot the dude's name, Domas, and stuff. Like, even when he got close, did a swing that like came right to his face, and then he kicked him in the nuts. All that stuff was crazy. And then of course Bungie showing up, and him coming face to face with Domas again for the first time since that event where Domas pushed him into the freaking pit to hell. And so just seeing Bungie have his just like mental breakdown was Well, it was tough to watch the little guy just have that struggle, but Domas trying to do a suicide dive off the stairs, only to realize he is too strong and he can't die. At least not by that way or whatever. And so yeah, so now just kind of seeing everybody kind of team up to take on the Order and then and King Desha, but he's gonna be a problem. But it was interesting to find out that he is there not for both. He is there for primarily one person, and that's Moranjo. He said he's there for to basically like to take her out for everything that she's done. So I am just like very curious to see next episode to see like how that all plays out and stuff. So, but overall, yeah, another super great episode of Ranking of Kings. And also a quick shout out to cause right before or earlier today, whatever, I had just watched the new episode of Case Study of Vanitas. That was a really good episode. Lots of just background and lore and world building, all that stuff. So, really, really good episode. And so now let's dive into some Pokemon talk. So let me see if I can find. So, all right. So I immediately. All right. So Pokemon Legends Arceus. I had potential hopes, but I wasn't betting everything on this game just because. So I guess let me start with this, because I haven't really talked about Pokemon with me directly on here. So my history with Pokemon, I'm trying to remember, because honestly I'm trying to remember if did I come across the anime first or the game. Part of me wants to say I think the anime. But anywho, I've been playing the Pokemon game since I was 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there. Had the original Red and Blue, and I've had at least one game for every generation ever since, up to now. Because I always got whichever one of the versions. So. Over the years, I've collected even more, but initially, I think I had Red and Blue. I can't remember like which one I got first, but I had both of those. I had Pokemon Yellow. I had Silver first because I loved Lugia. I have copies of Gold now too. Whatever, just happened to get it over the years. I have Pokemon Crystal. Which Pokemon Crystal, that holds a very special place in my heart and in my memories because I'll never forget, I was 11. That was the first game that I bought with my own money that I had been saving up. And I'll never forget, the game that came out, and so growing up, we didn't have a car. It says my mom didn't have a car. But, family, friends, and stuff would take us to the store. So I never forget my mom's friend, what's her name? Sister Jefferson, took us to Walmart. And so we went to the electronics section or whatever. My mom walked with me over there or whatever, picked up Pokemon Crystal. That was such a joyous feeling, getting that game in my hands. And and honestly, I remember I had asked my mom, I was like, hey, is there anything that you need me to do or to help you with? She was like, why? You want to go play your game? I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, you're fine. Just go out, sit in the car with Sister Jefferson or whatever. And so I had the game, and I'll just never forget. Even to this day, I can still hear the music. Because that's one thing I always loved about the first time you boot up a new Pokemon game is that kind of like a intro music and theme and visuals and stuff, whatever. And I'll never forget that from those games. And then, the image of Suicune, the shadowy Suicune running in front of the Pokemon Crystal logo. And then I'll never forget the first time I went into the tall grass after I started the game, and a Pidgey appeared. And I'm like, okay, been playing Pokemon for a while now. A Pidgey, don't really care. But then it was like, oh, a wild Pidgey appeared, and it animated, and its little wings, Pidgey's little wings. My screen's too small, I can't do it. But they flapped, and I was like, wait, they move now? Oh man, but yeah, I loved it. I got so deep into those games. I still remember the feeling of the first time I went, or the first time I played Silver, and the moment after you beat the Elite Four, and then you come back to your hometown, and then you surf to go to the right from your town, and then you find out that the whole map from the original generation is in this game. And so that was just so mind-blowing to me, and that is something that I definitely miss about a lot of games and stuff nowadays, with how connected the internet stuff is now. We wouldn't have gotten to experience that type of surprise in this day and age, just because with the internet, it's like before anything is out or whatever, people have already, copies got leaked early, somebody checked the source code and all this stuff, whatever, and all the secrets get out there, whatever. But I'll still just never forget those moments of that discovery of, like I said, just discovering that the whole original map was in there, but time has passed, so gym leaders have changed, towns and some parts of stuff looks different or whatever. And then of course the cap of it all, of you encountering Red on top of Mount Moon, or Mount Silver, sorry. But yeah, and even now I'm just hearing the music from that fight with Red, and yeah, such good times. And then like I said, I had those, and what was it? Hold on, let me check something real quick. Because I kind of want to go through this. So let's see. So I got Crystal. I had got Sapphire. I ended up with both Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I think I had got Leaf Green first. Hold on. Okay. And then I got Emerald. I got Diamond version, Platinum, Soul Silver, Black 2, X, Alpha Sapphire, Moon, and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That was the first ones I didn't buy. And then I had got Let's Go Eevee, I got Sword, and I didn't get the Diamond Pearl remakes. Just because like after X, after that generation, I had not beaten any other Pokemon games since I've played them all. Haven't beaten it, which I'm a little bit bummed about, especially with Moon, just because I never got to experience like how they kind of changed up the traditional gym leader format and stuff, whatever. But it's just, this series has just meant so much to me over the years. Even going back to Sapphire, I love those games because one of my favorite parts of these games, because even going back to, Generation 2, Gen 2 is my favorite generation. Crystal's my all-time favorite because, like I said, that special place of it being my first. Or my first that I purchased with my own money, I should say. But the discoverability and the secrets and stuff, because, like, the mystery of the unknown and those ruins and stuff in the second generation games, to you dealing with Team Rocket and stuff, to in Sapphire. I loved when they freaking introduced Dive, because I'll never forget just surfing across, because you know that game has a lot of water, a lot of ocean, and coming across those little underwater caves, and then discovering that one cave that had like the glyphs and stuff that I think led to like the different Regi and stuff. But all that stuff I freaking loved and adored so much. I spent so much time on Cerebi.com growing up. I always go to the library, go to Cerebi.com. I still have the papers somewhere. I wish I would have thought to grab them, but I still have like notes and stuff that like I printed out stuff. I wrote down all types of stuff from Cerebi.com and just all these secrets and stuff, whatever. But yeah, I love Pokemon so freaking much, and so that's why, like I said, it was some hope, but also some reservations going into Pokemon Legends, because you know that first trailer, it looked really good, definitely piqued my interest, but it was also like, okay, how is this truly gonna go, you know? And I am so happy to say that I am in love with this game. I am in love with this series all over again. Just because, for one, just the setting of it being a past version of the Sinnoh region, which the region itself, which is very dope to find out, is based off of the Hokkaido region, which let me see if I can find this person or this tweet. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. Yes. So this Twitter account, Spunky, had mentioned about the game paying homages to the indigenous Ainu culture, you know, which is based off of Hokkaido. Now, when I saw the I guess I'll call it your rival character, when I saw like the way her kind of headscarf thing was looking, I was like, why does that kind of look familiar? And then seeing this image of this person and this person saying Hokkaido, it reminded me Golden Kamui, because main character, Asurpa, she's a Ainu, and so I was like, that is like really dope to see that that detail in there. But I just love the setting. I love how, like I said, like with the Hokkaido thing, whatever, the Hokkaido region based stuff. Of course, like I said, I'm immediately thinking about Golden Kamui, which is a great show, great manga. Go watch it, read it. But the group that you're part of is called the Survey Corps. And of course, Survey Corps, Attack on Titan, y'all know I enjoy Attack on Titan. And so just those little elements. But one thing I was not expecting was how this is all set up to where your character falls through like a time portal. And you're basically somebody potentially from the future. They get sent back to the past, but it's like you have no memories or whatever of, you know, what happened before this event. But when the game opened up with that, I did not expect that, to where like where you're freaking talking to Arceus and you wake up on a beach and then you run into the professor who is like, hey, I saw you fall from the sky from that there's like a space-time rift tear in the sky and you fell through it. So yeah, but this game, I feel like this game is the true embodiment of the thoughts that you have as if you've ever watched Pokemon, played it, whatever. There's lots of ideas and themes and structures or whatever to where you're like, man, you know, the lore and stuff of this world, it's always so crazy and interesting, whatever. But the way a lot of times, a lot of times the way the games depict the stuff, or whatever, it doesn't really come across whatever that well. I feel like this is like one of the first times to where it truly makes you feel like you are in this world. And I think it's a mixture between the perspective that the game is, with it being kind of a semi open world game, because it's not like an endless open world like Breath of the Wild, but the areas you explore are pretty freaking huge. But you kind of travel to the different areas, but like I said, those areas are freaking huge, and so the fact of like you just running around in the environments, and like this little quote from Commander Komodo, where he says Pokemon are terrifying creatures. This is, I just think about the freaking damn nature you scary memes and stuff, whatever, because this game truly puts the fear in you of like, hey, what it would be like if you were a actual human, especially back in this time period, dealing with wild Pokemon. Because now some like this game, I feel like it is the evolution of the ideas in Sword and Shield, where they had the I can't think of what this called, but basically like the open areas in Sword and Shield that you can kind of like, go into and then kind of load in and explore and like see Pokemon walking around. That's what this game is. Just expanded to the 10th degree. And so like the moments of even like the small details of same Pokemon but different sizes and shapes, because it's like, yes, if just like real animals, hey, you might see, these all might be the same type of dog, or this might be the same type of bear or whatever, but they're gonna be different sizes and stuff, whatever. And so it's just kind of cool just seeing sometimes like two of the same Pokemon side by side, and one being like, oh, this one's a little bit bigger, or this one's smaller than normal, or whatever. But then also the encounters with Pokemon that are way above your power level. Because the way like those Pokemon, like first of all, like they're a little bit bigger. They're called like alpha Pokemon, and so they're a little bit bigger, or quite a bit bigger sometimes than how they normally are, and their eyes are glowing red. Normally, when their eyes are glowing red, it means that they are like several levels above where you are now. So, like seeing a freaking level 40 Rapidash from a distance, like the first time I saw it, like across the field, I'm like, oh, that looks freaking beautiful. Then you get up closer or whatever, and it's like, yo, this thing is huge. And then it's just like level 40 skull icon, and you can get attacked by Pokemon at the drop of a dime. And I love how Pokemon can enter into your battle. So like if you, oh, okay, I want to go, catch that Eevee. Well, maybe you were just close enough to a swamp pit or whatever, and now you have a Krogunk that kind of wandered in, and is now you're fighting 2-on-1 type of situations. But I love how you can crouch, you can sneak, you can dodge roll like you playing some freaking Dark Souls or Bloodborne, and how you can just have just the Pokeballs equipped by themselves, throw them and catch them or whatever. Or I just love the different elements of like, hey, you can sneak up on Pokemon. If you come up on a Pokemon from behind while their back is turned to you, you throw a Pokemon, it increases your chances of catching them. And also, if you just want to battle one and you throw it while their back is turned, you kind of get the element of surprise. And sometimes they kind of like stagger them or confuse them, like, whoa, what is going on? I'm confused. But it has just been, and I've only put in like 10 to 15 hours or so, maybe 10 to 12 hours so far over the weekend. and it has just been just such a joy to play. Uh, see if I can find any more of my stuff. These three doofus. Shout out to Mike Check Waifu for the the doofus on the soundboard. But and that's another thing I love too. Whatever is like you have freaking side missions in this game. This isn't like, oh, you're kind of making up side missions in your head like you did as a kid. It is like, no, you were legit getting side missions from characters, and I love seeing this world grow and evolve as you play the game, to the point to where, you know, like through back in this time period, whatever, people were kind of in the different towns or settlements and stuff, whatever, and they're terrified of Pokemon. They're like, hey, honestly, just like Attack on Titan, it's like, hey, we want to just stay in the walls. The Survey Corps, which is kind of funny coincidence of the name, Survey Corps, they'll go out and deal with the Titans. They'll go out and deal with the wild Pokemon. And so, but as you kind of come into the picture and you're kind of doing these missions and stuff, whatever, and news of your fame begins to spread. People are like, oh, hey, you're the guy on the Survey Corps team that I've been hearing about. You're the kid that fell out of the sky. And yo, I heard you caught 3 Pokemon. And so those little things I'm just like really loving and enjoying about the experience. But it's just so cool of, you know, those initial ideas in the old Pokemon games of, hey, we see, or hey, you know, if you have this Pokemon, if you can, you go catch me this Pokemon, whatever. But like having real in-world context of like, hey, you know, I'm trying to plant some more crops, but it's very hard for me to just to like by myself, you know, dig, like till the fields and stuff, whatever. Do you have a ground type Pokemon or whatever I can borrow or have or whatever? Oh yeah, hey, I have a Geodude. Here you go. And then the Geodude helps him, does the thing with it. He's like, hey, do you mind if I hang on to this Pokemon or whatever so we can get more work done or whatever? It's like, okay, hey, now we got the fields tilled. Now there's more food for everybody in the city and stuff, whatever. And it's just like little things like that just like mean so freaking much. And I'm freaking loving the, oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry. I super apologize for that. But I am just loving watching the battles and stuff, whatever, of how everything is just real time in the world. It's not like, okay, let's cut to this generic made up background and stuff, whatever. It is like, no, we squaring up right here on the spot. And I love like the way like the moves have like impact and stuff on them, whatever. It just looks so freaking cool, man. It just looks so freaking cool. Just looking at this, those of y'all that are watching the YouTube video of it, I have clips of a little bit of my gameplay from it. But it's like how can you not freaking love looking at this or whatever? But yeah, it just looks so freaking cool. But I love the new sorry again, let me pause real quick. I freaking just love the new animations for the Pokemon evolving and stuff, and it is kind of interesting too that they don't just automatically evolve. Like, okay, hey, they leveled up in the battle, now the battle's over, now they evolve. Like, you actually have the option to trigger the evolution to where it's like, hey, they leveled up, hey, your Pokemon is ready to evolve. And so that is just like being like another just like really cool touch to see and stuff. But trying to see, do I have any other video or clips or whatever of Pokemon? But I probably do. I think I just didn't upload it or whatever yet. But anywho, but yeah, y'all. I am just like I said, I am just so enamored. I am just so in love with with this game. Uh, actually, shoot, I don't have. Yeah, I don't have it, but just the scenery and stuff, whatever. Because I was writing. I can't think of his name, but basically the evolution of Stantler. I was writing him and kind of like top of a mountain range across from a waterfall, and I see a freaking Gyarados flying through the sky, just snaking across, just back and forth across the skies, and it's just like moments like that, moments like I said, just seeing the other random Pokemon around in the environments and everything. It is just it has been just so amazing, just so good. Um, but yeah, I definitely encourage you if you have ever been a Pokemon fan and if you have a Nintendo Switch, even if you haven't played Pokemon in a while because you feel like you know what, this is the same old, I don't care, whatever, I implore you to give this game a chance. Um, other little bonus because something I forgot to mention. So my favorite Pokemon slash starter of all time is Cyndaquil or the Cyndaquil family, and so that was like another thing that kind of piqued my interest. Like, okay, this is kind of like an older Japan style setting, and Cyndaquil is an option because you have the option to choose between Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott. Uh, all three really cool choices or whatever. And all of them have like some different variations for their last evolutions for that are specific to this region. But yeah, it has just been just so freaking good. But yeah, like I said, it just they truly knocked it out of the park with this game. And like I said, it just makes me so happy to to get to see this stuff just in my. But yeah, yeah, I think that's enough of me gushing over this game. You know, if like I said, if you have been waiting to see, pick it up, give it a shot. Like I said, if y'all are watching my YouTube video of the podcast this week, or hey, even if you listen to the audio only, just hop over to the YouTube channel and just check my timestamps for the Pokemon section. Just kind of skim through to this part where I am talking about talking about like the video and stuff with it. But yeah, it is just such a fantastic game. Um, and honestly, it is immediately, and I'm still super early in the game. So that's another thing with this game. Like, so of course, since this is like an older time, whatever, there's no gyms and stuff, whatever. Like, there's barely any buildings, because as you're going out and exploring, because you're going on these expeditions to just help out, to basically you're trying to build the first Pokédex, basically, whatever. So you're going out catching Pokemon. That's one thing I'm really loving and enjoying about this game, is that a lot of the mundane stuff that you normally would do in Pokemon or whatever is actually given some purpose of like, okay, hey, the more you catch of a Pokemon or the more you battle them or whatever, you are building information and data for the database for the Pokédex, whatever. And they give you little tasks as far as like, hey, you know, catch this Pokemon, hey, beat this Pokemon, hey, evolve this Pokemon. Hey, see this Pokemon use Thunder Shock 4 times. Oh, hey, watch this Pokemon, defeat a fire Pokemon with the water moves 3 times. Little stuff like that you're just naturally doing as you're battling and going throughout the world. It just, it is just displayed so masterfully in this game. I'm trying trying to think, do I not have? I thought I had a copy of my team. But yeah, so and this is what my current Pokemon team looks like. Whoops. We got a Parasect, a Quilava. Quilava, Starry, Luxray, Sylveon, and I forget the evolution of Buizel, or Floatzel, I think. But yeah, that's my team I'm running right now. Like I said, I am still super early on because so as you complete different tasks, gather more data and stuff, whatever, you basically get experience points that level up, and instead of getting gym badges, you're getting stars. And so as basically the stars function like gym badges because every time you get a new star, you are able to explore more of the world. You're getting access to, okay, hey, now Pokemon up to level 30 will obey you. Go play, Vashy. You need to get ready for bed. Close my door. But yeah, so it is just super awesome, and I can continue to gush about this game, and I'm pretty sure I'll talk about it again. Cause like I said, I am still super long. Cause like I said, I've only gotten, I think I'm up to 3 stars out of 10, and I've only put, like I said, like under 15 hours into this game and stuff. So, but like I said, I am just so in love, and so like I said, I greatly encourage y'all to check it out, and see what the new Pokemon game is all about. So let's transition from there, and I'm gonna keep the manga section pretty short. I'm only gonna talk about a few things. Honestly, even though One Piece, so Manga Talk, One Piece, I'm not even really gonna talk about it. Whatever, it was Law and Kid versus Big Mom. That's how I felt about that chapter, whatever. Hey, some cool looking stuff happened, but not really super interested or whatever at the moment. So I want to start off, aside from that, Sakamoto Days. So just a quick shout out on Sakamoto Days. So we kind of get set up to where we kind of get a lot of characters kind of, talking about the aftermath of those guys invading the assassin agency and stuff. And we get a little bit more backstory on the old man. So we learn his name is Mr. Takamura. And he is he's basically like a legend, a myth. Because one of the characters said, what did he say? Nobody knows how long he's been in the order or what he is to the JAA or even what he's thinking. All that is known about Mr. Takamura is how strong he is. There was a time when I thought he was like Santa or some kind of ghost, a fictional character from the collective imagination. And so, so they just guessing up this legend already. Because I already told y'all before, like, man, every time this dude comes in a chapter or whatever, at some point in the chapter, there's going to be a dope double page spread of him slicing something in half, whether it's a building, highway, something, whatever. But basically, Sakamoto and Shan are getting ready because of the aftermath of everything that happened or whatever, and that agency losing a good chunk of their assassins and stuff. There is a assassin school that is taking enrollment, and so Sakamoto and Shin are getting ready to enroll in this school. So, and we kind of get like tease of like some different characters and stuff, whatever, including like this one like this one girl looking character. But I'm very interested to see how this arc is gonna go. So definitely looking forward to the next chapter. I also want to give a shout out to hopefully this week, Kaiju number 8 will be coming back from hiatus. So I'm very curious to see, like, okay, where the author, he took a month off, or it was on break for a month. So I'm curious to see, okay, how are things gonna look when it comes back? Is it gonna come back swinging, or is it gonna kind of start to set up like, okay, hey, this is the roadmap, or this is like the next thing that's gonna happen with the series? But also be on the lookout on the YouTube channel and different other areas or whatever for something I'm gonna try to get out in time to kind of time with the release of the manga coming back. So I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you think about the type of stuff I do and cover, you might have an idea of what I might be planning for to drop this week, but y'all will see. But so next up, I have to talk about freaking Dr. Stone. So Dr. Stone, chapter 227, big cliffhanger. Big cliffhanger. So the title of this chapter was It Was You. And just really quick, let me see if I can show just a quick glimpse. Look at that beautiful cover. But yes, so we're on the moon. We are doing our thing. And let me just cut to the chase. So there's a moment where they're kind of driving around. These freaking panels of the moon look so freaking amazing. But Kohaku basically hears what she thinks is Senku's voice saying, please unseal the Medusa capsule. And she's like, you sure about that, Senku? You know, and she's like, since when do you say please? And the voice says, or she says, you want me to open it here and now? And the voice says, yes, indeed, please hurry. And so as she already starts like to twist the top, Senku grabs her, or I think, who is it? Ryusui? No, not Ryusui. Stanley, I think. Yeah, Stanley. Which very dope, because I just noticed on his like little like back of his spacesuit or whatever, it says Stanley 11. But Stanley grabs her arm and he's like, yo, Kohaku, what's with you? And he's like, Senku didn't say a word. And then she gets flashbacks to when last time they heard somebody that sounded like Senku's voice talking to them or whatever. And then she realizes it's a fake transmission. And then the voice is like, thank you so much for unlocking it for me. And so Stanley is like, yo, toss it. So she throws it. And just as she tosses it out of just barely away or whatever, and luckily because they're in space, so the gravity is lower, it zips away or whatever, but it triggers, you know, a petrification wave. And so we have a moment to where now, of course, everybody's freaking out because they see that the beam went off. But now they come in front of like some big, dark, shadowy looking thing, whatever. And everybody is like, or Senku is like, I get it. And they're like, okay, it's all coming together. This whole mystery, all along this whole time, closer than we knew, Y-Man was you. And it stops right there. Freaking biggest tease in the freaking universe. So I am curious. Like, honestly, this is probably gonna be top of my list as far as like number one series I'm reading this week. When the chapters drop Sunday, whatever, best believe hey, One Piece, My Hero, JJK, everybody can wait. We need to see what is going on with Dr. Stone. And I hope they don't tease us out for multiple chapters. I hope that, hey, next chapter, boom, we're just diving right into it or whatever and finding out who is Y-Man or what is Y-Man and stuff. So, cause yeah, it is getting crazy. It is getting interesting. But yeah, so Dr. Stone, great chapter. I guess very loosely, no. I was gonna talk about Hat Atelier, but I'll kind of wait on that because I kind of want to finish volume 3. But just know I am really enjoying that series. Like I mentioned at the top of the podcast, check it out. Go find it. Go read it. I guess I'll just say I am appreciating the tones and the teases that has happened so far up to where I am in volume 3. Because I'm enjoying seeing the character interactions. I'm enjoying seeing the characters work together and to start to better understand what is going on around them. But I'm also like super curious to know like more about what is going on with these what are they called, brim hats? What is going on with their teacher Q-Free and all this stuff? Because okay, where I am currently in Witch Hat, they just went to go meet or they had to rescue the people where the river overflowed, and they helped to save the little boy. Coco them helped save the boy that fell off the edge of the cliff and got trapped under a rock or whatever. So she used a spell to basically turn the boulder into sand. But something went wrong with the spell, and it basically like created like a little crater in the river, which the I'm still on everybody's name, so basically like the knights, the magic knights or whatever, brought her in for questioning or whatever. And long story short, Q-Free found out that the ink that she'd been using or whatever was actually tampered with by the mysterious brim hat person with the eye on it, with the eye symbol. And so he ends up trying to figure out and to use it to try to backtrack on them, whatever, and ends up getting trapped in like this like water spell or whatever, and thus losing all the ink he had. But he before that, he went back to the shop that sells the wands and stuff, whatever, and basically confronts the grandfather or whatever, or just trying to get some more information from the grandfather. And so when they kind of start to piece together some information or whatever, and the grandfather's kind of like, yo, like, we need to report this to the authorities. And Q-Free's like, no, nobody needs to find out about this. I am taking care of this, whatever. He basically ends up doing a memory wipe spell on the grandfather, because the grandson, was like, hey, like, what was that flashing light? And the grandfather's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm very curious to kind of circle back to that at some point. But Q-Free, I'm curious to know like what his deal is, what his true goals and intentions are. But anywho, I'm really enjoying that series. So let me see, is there any other small ones I want to get to before I kind of wrap things up with this last kind of big one. Undead Unluck chapter 96, just really quick. So the reward for capturing Autumn, what is it called? It's called Ghost. And so basically it changes how, what does the rule say? Basically it turns people's souls or whatever into ghosts or whatever. And so that's how Fuko is. She's now just a ghost floating around, but the ghost thing takes her ghost form, runs off with it, and ends up unspoiled guy that showed up last chapter. He basically ends up making friends with the ghost thing, whatever, and they end up running off with Fuko. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to give that a quick shout out, just because it's like, okay, like what is going on with this? But the thing I want to end off on, and this is gonna be just a super quick thing, just because for one, it's getting late. It's getting close to knocking on 1 a.m. But I have had such fun chatting with y'all about everything from this week, and stuff. So, But main thing I want to talk about or end on, and this is big spoilers, whatever. Fire Force manga chapter 300. So before I dive into it, or whatever, like I said, if y'all just want to dip out or whatever, or if you just want to skip to the outro, of course, timestamps will be below. But we're going to talk about Fire Force a little bit for this milestone chapter 300. So Fire Force chapter 300 titled The Only Way. So last chapter, Shinra feels so weird saying this. Basically, he kicked everybody back into life, literally. And everybody gets resurrected, like all the pillars, all the main cast of characters, people that even died a long time ago, whatever. Shinra not only revitalizes the world in general, like the buildings and civilization, whatever, but he brings back everybody. But with the caveat of he reduced the value of life, just because, you know, the reason for the despair and all this stuff, whatever, was that people were so worried about living and life and stuff, whatever. But now the world has started becoming wacky and stuff, whatever, to where, basically the way people died, like those things are still kind of happening, if that makes sense. Like for example, Captain Obi, once again, spoilers, when he got killed, he got his throat slit or whatever. And so he's back alive, but kind of does like the freaking South Park Canadian thing where like he can still like open up his neck, basically, whatever. Very weird. And stuff. But yeah, people that had like their heads sliced off, just heads falling off, just putting them back on or whatever. Very weird. But what did he say? Sorry, let me get to yeah, went out. Yeah, Shinra or Shinra Bano. Shinra Banshoman said, when I rebuilt the world, I lessened the value of life. And he said, I made death into something a little closer and more intimate. And so this was kind of like another point of, hey, we've had hints and teasers up to now of like, okay, this is probably a prequel to Soul Eater. Because in this arc alone, obviously, you know, we've had the moon there for a while. But, you know, with the moon kind of coming close or whatever to when Arthur was fighting Dragon in space and his sword, now reforged as Excalibur, once that fight was over and the sword actually said fool, it's like, okay, that is Excalibur from Soul Eater. To now, Shinra actually created freaking death from Soul Eater. like literally, no cap, death. So just a quick little glance. Yeah, death. But yeah, so Shinra also revived what's his name? Charon. To basically try to talk some sense into what's her name? Haome, or however you pronounce her name and stuff. So but anywho, but yeah, the main point, like I said, I want to talk about this was just like Shinra created death. Like he brought everybody back to life, and then he created death, the death that we know from Soul Eater. So I am just like very excited to see this series play out over these remaining chapters, however many we have left, probably a handful or less. I'm just very excited to see how all that stuff kind of plays out. And yeah, but we are definitely very close to the end. And I feel like the loop on Fire Force and Soul Eater is going to fully loop and come together full circle. But yeah, Fire Force, good. And of course this cute little panel of Haome with the little cutesy eyes and face. But yeah, so we will see how all this stuff is gonna play out. But But yeah, I think that might be it as far as, yeah. Because like I said, I'm already knocking on an hour and a half, and it's knocking on 1 a.m. So I need to answer some of these knocks happening, and call it an episode. But let's go and just go into the outro. Whoops. But as always, thank you all for watching or listening. This has been a very fun episode. I was so happy to finally be able to talk about, to not only get Pokemon, but for it to grab my soul the way it did. Such an amazing feeling. It is so great to be greeted with a pleasant surprise, especially from like I said, from a series that is 25, just had its 25th anniversary. 25 years later, Pokemon is still, it still has it, and so I hope that either they still continue with the Legends series in some form or fashion, doing more past versions of other regions or whatever, or just the ideas and stuff in this game. I hope to see it carried on as the series goes on or whatever. And if not, this game would truly be something special to stand the test of time. But anywho, enough about that. I'll talk about more Pokemon later, in the days and weeks to come. But yeah, as always, you can find me everywhere at Daddy's to Talk. Go to daddystotalk.com, where that is the central hub for everything that I do. Follow me on Twitter at Daddy's to Talk, Instagram Daddy's to Talk Podcast, TikTok Daddy's to Talk Podcast. And yeah, like I said, with this being Black History Month, go out there, find some dope Black creators, businesses, all that stuff. Support us, support the community, support the movement. And yeah, like I said, just so many awesome things on the horizon. Like I said, I have guest podcasts and collaboration stuff that's still coming up in the days and weeks to come. Be on the lookout for who knows where else I might pop up at. And yeah, and like I said, if this is your first time here, I hope you enjoyed this first episode. If this is your first time here, and I hope that you'll stick around for lots more episodes and talks of fatherhood and manga, anime, games, TV, all that stuff. But I need to go off and get ready for bed. But I'll be in touch with y'all. Just make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the podcast on all services, and with that, as always, treat yourself to something nice. Read some manga, watch some anime and TV, play some video games, and live your best life. And with that, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Y'all be easy, stay safe. And for people about to go into the storm, stay warm. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.